I'm here with Ken Kobayashi from Extra Perennial Nursery, and we're going to be talking about some trilliums today because they're a wonderful woodland plant and beautiful to look at. So I think one of the first things that I have as a question, Ken, is these are white and yet there's like some pink blushes on them, a dark pink in front of it. Are they different varieties?
No, this is actually the same variety of trillium. This is your western trillium. It's called the ovation. This particular trillium is grown from a rhizome which produces roots. The pink color on there is produced because it is pollinated, and that's why it gets that pink color.
Oh, so it's not a whole different species. It's the same plant.
No, it's exactly the same plant.
And you had said, too, that it was a rhizome. I think a lot of people think they're bulbs, but they're not.
No, they're a rhizome. They grow in acidic soils and under very nice shaded deciduous trees.
So then that's how they spread. They're just a rhizomatic clumping plant, and eventually you'll get large clumps of them.
That's correct.
Now, there are all kinds of trilliums to be seen, and I think that you have some really cool ones that we're going to go look at now inside the greenhouses.
Yeah, we have some trilliums I think is going to knock your socks off.
Well, I better get an extra pair of socks then. Let's go.
I think so.
So, Ken, you brought me inside here to the nursery, and what a absolutely enticing display of trilliums this is. What is this variety?
This variety is a Kobayashi trillium. Actually, it's our northwest native trillium.
Well, Ken, but I want to ask a question, though. Kobayashi sounds like an Asian name, and yet it's a northwest native. How did that happen?
Well, actually, there's a gentleman from Japan. He's a cytologist that heard about this trillium. He came out. He did an expedition in the woods here in southern Oregon, northern Redwood, California coast area. He discovered that it was its own species, and he named it after himself.
Oh, so it still is it's a native here.
Yeah.
But here it is with his name. All right. Well, they're beautiful. Well, so what can you tell me about them? And I'm assuming that they're still rhizomatic. They're a trillium.
Correct.
So they have a clumping form to them?
They do. They are a real excellent clumping trillium which forms rhizomes that produce great big colonies.
How do you propagate them then? You guys, because you do that here, don't you?
We do. We actually propagate these from the mother plant. We do these every 3 years. Each plant produces at least 20 to 30 offsets.
Wow, that seems like a lot to me, but then I'm not that up, on trillium. So
a really good growing trillium, very easy to grow.
Well, now, when we were talking earlier, Ken, we had talked about people are afraid that if they pick a flower, the plant dies.
That's not true. On these trilliums, on most any trillium, once you pick the trillium or it accidentally breaks off, it will produce a new plant and probably won't flower the next year, but years after it will flower. So that's a total myth.
I was chatting with your lovely wife about people, want to know how soon they get big clumps. They're not a terribly fast-growing plant.
No, they're not. It takes quite a bit of time, but usually on these trilliums, they're a prolific grower, and it doesn't take long at all for them to produce offsets.
So even if you wait 2 or 3 years, look at this beautiful bloom. There's an odd little yellow one over here that I want you to tell me about.
Oh, here's another plant that is really rare. This one here is the yellow trillium form of this particular one. And we actually have growing instructions for these, which are very easy for the grower to grow these. And it doesn't take much at all for these to grow.
Well, now I know that this one isn't actually going to be available right away, is it?
Not at this time. We will have some of these available for future sales in the next year or two.
Well, I know that they have a wish list you can put your name on for this one because it's quite stunning as well. And, if you want any other information, go to gardentime.tv. We'll certainly pop you over with their name and address of Ken and Sharon Kobayashi at Extra Perennial Nurseries. Wonderful selection of plants, always grown without any chemical additives. Very well-rooted plants, so come on out and see them. Thanks a lot, Ken. Always a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah.